Well, hello. What? Hello. Hello. Let's tidy this up. This has been doing my nutting for weeks. Oh, I probably should check that you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. That's fine. That's better. Hello. Okay, I want to write a Wordle clone for a demo I'm giving. It's quite self-explanatory. Everyone's doing it. My colleague has already written a blog post. The amazing Lizzie has written a blog post on how to do this. So it should be quite easy. It's okay, I got an email from myself saying I went live. Don't be distracted. Yeah, I want to host a Wordle clone as an API on Lambda. And yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's get going. I know largely what I want to do, right? So we can certainly get going straight away. Let's init composer. Yeah, fine. Who cares? Project. Who cares? License. Anyone can mess around with that. Do I want to define your dependencies? No. I'll do composer requires. Do you want to define your dev dependency? Yes. Let's put past PHP in there so that I can test stuff, because I'm full into my testing at the moment. 0. Latest version. Beautiful. Done. Add PSR autoload map in namespace G-Hawk in Twordle to the yes, and I can modify that myself. Yes, I confirm generation. Yes, I'd like to install dependencies now. Then we go to bref.sh. Hopefully we can fly through this today. I don't even know if there's anyone watching, but who cares? I've got to do this anyway. So even if I'm talking to myself, it's not the first time I've talked to myself while I'm coding, right? I would like to do this. Turn my lights up, please. If possible. Whoop. That's better. Oh, hello, Nick and Sil. FTM, nice to have you back. This is not Battle Snacks today, sadly. We will be Battle Snacking this week. We will definitely be Battle Snaking this week. 100%. Welcome back, Craig Sims. Nice to see ya. Yes. So let's get this just up and running so that we have an API essentially that runs on Bref, right? Because this is just so easy and I love it. We have serverless installed, I believe. We do have serverless installed. Can I self-update? I'm probably like way behind. No, I didn't mean create. I meant update. Or do I use npm? npm, right? I must do npm update -g serverless, right? That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. I remember npm. I remember JavaScript. And I defy anyone to say any different. Okay, cool. That's installing. And then we done all this. Then we need to compose require bref. After we've npm installed. How is everybody on this reasonable, I would say, Tuesday morning in South Wales? Reasonable. Does this work? No, that's weird. Oh well. It's a reasonable... Oh, look at that. My head is... Oh. Bright and breezy up in the north of Scotland. I can imagine. Isn't it always bright and breezy up in the north of Scotland? I mean, do I just ignore this warn stuff? Yeah, ignore it. Okay, so we were running Whatever, it's working. That's fine. So then we can compose a require breath. Bit dull here in the northeast. Oh, that's a shame. It's like, it's okay. My outside camera isn't working. All of the USB stuff on my... Look, I fixed my camera, by the way. Those who were here on Friday know that I had to drop the resolution of my camera. I fixed it. It wasn't plugged directly into a USB 3 port. There's too much light here now, which is causing... I thought it was plugged directly into a USB 3 port, but it wasn't, which is what was causing the lagginess of my camera. Now it's working great. But I've broken other USB at the time, so there's that. I only came here to say I'm excited to learn about the Fallout hacking minigame. Oh, yes, thank you. From the tweet that I did. Yes, thank you, James. Thank you, Asgrim, for throwing my own tweet back in my face. But as a developer evangelist, we have to get on what's hip and new, right? We have to be at least a month late to the party to these things, as you know. Right, then we want to do breath in it. You're welcome. I want a web application. Perfect. And then we do vendor bin pest in it. Can't you do in it? In it. No, I don't want to quickly start your GitHub repository, and I'm tempted to stop using it because of that shit. Be better, pest. Be better. No shenanigans. Stop that shit. Stop it now. Anyway, hope you're doing well, James, Asgrim, and the family. Well, really, more, I hope your family are doing well. I can take or leave you, to be honest. Okay, so we should have a PHP file that is just HTML. Now, I have to remember how breath works, but really, we can just do this, right? Header. Oh, my keyboard's sticky. I spilled Coke on it the other day, Coca-Cola, and I haven't cleaned it properly. Oh, we need to do this, right? Does that look right? Does that look right? Looks right to me. And then echo JSON encode. Hello. Hit that follow button if you haven't already. I think that should work, right? Try it and see moment though, because and then so we do SLS deploy and then we drink coffee while this compiling sword fight on a chair. Try it and see. I don't even have my try and see working at this moment. Like all of my scenes are pretty much screwed. So, I think I might get some new scenes for 2022. I think I might go away from the, like, Fallout-y, grungy, like, the world is ending, and maybe get some scenes revolving around my, my camper van, maybe. What do we think? Oh, we're missing some stuff on here, that's for sure. Where's the fisheye? Oh, there we go. There's no fisheye on there. That's fine. We'll live without it. I am gonna get new scenes. Why is this? There's something so wrong with my setup at the moment. It's really beginning to piss me off. It's like if I drop the light, does that help? That definitely helps. It was too light. So what we're doing now is uploading this to a Lambda so that I can actually test that this is all working. That's good. And then we will build a Wordle clone. And I already have this written in JavaScript on the Twilio blog from my amazing colleague, Lizzie. She's amazing. She is the person who is always on the bandwagon early, much earlier than me, when these pop culture meme things happen. So kudos. I love the fact that her and a few of the other team like wrote an SMS number you could text to find out if that boat was still stuck in the Suez Canal at the time. They just do all this cool shit that I absolutely love. So luckily for us, we have most of the stuff that we need. In fact, while we're deploying, we can start working through this, right? So we've got the file, which is the words. Thank you, Lizzie. And 3 weeks later, we'll do the same. Yes. We'll just write an API that returns no because we do it late. Therefore, because we do it late, it's all good. Can you download from GitHub? Is there actually a way to download an individual file? Definitely saves dev time, right? You can't download a file from GitHub. That's shit. So I guess I could completely like clone this and pull the file out, but I just want to like download this file. Can I save file as? No. No, I can't. I guess I copy paste it into a file. Raw, select all and copy. Yes, James, but that's not download. I mean, I can get this file though, right? It's downloading to your clipboard. Yeah, but hopefully that worked. I didn't CD into assets, did I? There we go. We've got our words. Beautiful. Words. So there's our 5-letter words. If anyone doesn't know how this works, as Grim the Mighty told us, it's essentially the hacking minigame from Fallout, right? Where you guess a 5-letter word, and then it tells you how many letters you've got which are right and in the right place, and how many letters you've got which are right but in the wrong place, and how many are like not right letters at all. What was the name of that game? Mastermind, I believe we used to play. Do you remember that? Anyone remember Mastermind, the game? Mastermind. Where you just used to have little pegs. I wasn't moaning, Jim, about anything. I wasn't moaning. I was just, excited. Is this working? Hit that follow button if you haven't already. Why is this? That looks right. Okay, so this is working. Perfect. So we can build everything in here, right? So let's obviously do require ones, vendor auto load, because we obviously need to do that. Let's declare strict types. Yes, actually, can we switch to PHP 8.1 language level? Oh, that's what we need to do as well, is make sure we're using PHP 8.1, which we are, which is perfect. Breath is so cool for doing this. So cool. I started playing Wordle. I really enjoyed the day the winning word was prick. That made me smile. Apart from that, it is what it is. Good when you're doing your ablutions of a morning, I find. Too much info. We're all good. Okay, so this is going to be our renderer. There's our renderer. This should be so simple, right? So we'll say the word equals that should work, right? I'm just winging this. I'm just completely winging it. So we get the word or we get an empty word. If we get an empty word, do we just say the output is like This is so ropey. But who cares? I only want a function here so I can use early returns, right? That's it. I'm lazy, so I want to be able to use early returns because I'm completely addicted to being able to return early now. So that's the only reason I made that into a function. Because now I can say, like, if not array key exists word that'll do. Query. Stop me when I'm doing this terribly, by the way, but I feel like this is fine. The output should be, please send a, how do I do this? Do I throw an exception and then do an exception handler that sets the correct? You should have stopped a long time ago. Ah, oh, James, I hate you. I hate you. I really hate you. All I want to do is write the simple API here, but I'm not having 200 responses when there's not a 200 response. So this is fine, right? Because we can say status code. I love you, Gary. Hi, James. I love you too. How do I set the status code? I'm sure. I thought there was just a function. I thought there was just a PHP function for setting the status code. I could have sworn there was. I don't do enough freaking development for this shit. I call this standard Rove trolling. Yeah, I haven't worked with Rove for 3 years, but I still feel completely and utterly part of that team. I have to admit. I really do. I love that team. I think that's probably one of the only places well, if I went back to being a developer, they probably wouldn't have me. But if I went back to being a developer and they did have me, that's the only place I would go back to being a developer, to be honest. And that's the truth. Thank you, James. I don't know any response codes. Like, give me the correct response code for you haven't sent the right parameter. I'm just blindly trusting chat as usual. Okay, cool. So this should work now, right? If we deploy this. This should work. This should work so that we have an error. How can I invoke this to test it? Can I, like, override get in a test? This is the problem now, is what I've done is I've just created a freaking file. Oh, fuck tests for this. Who cares? Quality's overrated anyway. My feeling on these things is I'll do whatever you say first, James, and leave it at that. Breath is so amazing for this stuff. You know, for me, particularly, and I guess for you, Jim, right? Because you do a lot of this kind of stuff that I'm doing, where I want to, like, write a demo, and so I just want to throw it up onto the internet somewhere, and I don't really care where it is or how, you know, how the stack runs. This is so good. Write tests, run SAM. Nah, ain't doing it. You can't make me. No way. It ain't happening. Not for this project. I've got to give the demo on Thursday, which means I have to practice it again tomorrow. You said I'll do whatever James tells me. Yeah, but I didn't really actually mean it literally. You should know better. I need to sort this out now as well. My freaking headphones are connected into I've lost the DAC. I'm not going to do whatever you tell me, James. If I did that, I would, like, be in Turkey or somewhere, and I would accidentally get scammed by a shoe cleaning bloke to the tune of €10 by you know, being scammed by getting to clean my shoes. Full stack PHP deployments for demos and such. I don't really have a preferred provider. Without Forge now, I guess Heroku is the best option. Yeah, Heroku is brilliant. Google, do you know what? If you're of a Docker persuasion, Google App Engine, I believe it's called, is really, really cool for just throwing a Docker stack up into the clouds and getting Google to run it. It's brilliant for that. Obviously, if you're using Docker anyway, then that's really, really... it's the problem with it, Jim, is it's really fucking hard to... My language has been terrible this week. I apologize. I'm not going to change though, am I? It's really fucking hard to get the basics running. To get your... It's right, use your words, Gar. It's really hard to get Google's control panel thing configured so that it'll accept the Docker image. You have to like create about 8 different things and fucking set permissions and have this reading that, and then you have to actually get the whole thing deploying. But once it works so beautifully. There's probably a blog post in that if you know, Nexmo? No, not Nexmo. Who owns Nexmo now? Vonage? No, somebody else owns it, right? There's definitely a blog post in that if Vonage want to do it. I started writing one for Twilio, if I'm honest, but it was just pages and pages, and I just couldn't be bothered to do it. So CL Dub in the house, rocking up early morning. Oh, it is 11:30. Sorry, I thought in my mind it's about 9 o'clock in the morning, so it's not that early, but it is early. CL Dub, you know, early bird. Okay, so this should now work, right? Is this giving us the right? Not Command A. No, there's not mountains of YAML. Jim, there's the problem you got, right, is when you log into the console, the App Engine console, it's giving us a 400, right? So that's correct. Perfect. The problem you've got is that when you log into the App Engine console, in fact, I'll show you. Sorry, we're getting distracted. No, it's fine. It's fine. If we can't help, if the best in class company can't help the second best in class company, we're doing it all wrong, right? If Twilio can't help Vonage, then you know we're doing it all wrong. That's for sure. I just need to find the project here. What did I call the project? I think I deleted it because it was like costing me too much money when I actually was running it. Blog post probably. It's not App Engine, is it? It's not actually App Engine. It's Cloud Run. It's not App Engine. Number one, it's not App Engine. It's Cloud Run, I believe. It's Cloud Run. It's not App Engine. Do not use App Engine. It's called Cloud Run. That's the first thing. Oh, this isn't the right... I wish I could find the right application. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is one that works. This is one that works. Awesome. So the biggest problem you've got is that this is running off a Docker image, but the biggest problem you got is getting this pissing thing to actually deploy is a nightmare. There's a way that I normally was used to seeing it on the left-hand side. You can't see my hands, so what am I doing? I've got a security concern, which is great. Does this actually do anything? Probably not. It's like you've got to get all these permissions correct before it'll deploy. That was always the biggest pain in the ass for me, is like getting this to deploy was a nightmare because of the permissions. That's what I will say. There's some good documentation out there, and there's a command line tool that allows you to deploy it. Like, ready to click the API keys whenever you're ready. Yeah, that's fine. Let's do it. Oh, look, I've got Laravel running on. This is actually working as a Laravel application running on Google. It wasn't Google Cloud Platform on Cloud Run. So this has obviously been something where I've been pissing around trying to get Laravel running. But yeah, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of gotchas. So you can see that I've uploaded my container to this. CPU only allocated during request processing, so you can use the... there was something though, wasn't there? There was definitely something I had to do to get this working. There was a gotcha. Right, get ready to clip the secrets, Craig, because I'm going to click on the variables and secrets pane. So please be ready to clip my secrets. Sorry, if you came here for Wordle, we've got distracted by cloud stuff. Hit me up off stream if you're having problems, Jim. We can run through this pairing wise or whatever, and we'll blunder through it together because it is really, really cool, and it works like a Lambda, right? Where this is now warm. You noticed the first time I loaded this page, it took ages, but now because it's warmed up, the containers are up and running, so it's really, really cool. Anyway, distractions abound. We're using lambdas today, so we don't need to worry about any of this stuff. Right, so otherwise, Word equals get word. So we should be able to... Oh, we should not get an error, right, if I pass a word into this. Yeah, it's 500 erroring because obviously... Probably because this can't be encoded. Because there's no... Oh, we're not returning the word. That's why. We're not returning anything if we don't error out, right? So what do we want to do? Create an error if the word isn't 5 letters long? Seems like... Because you have to send 5-letter words to this game, right? In my memory. Yeah, you got to send 5-letter words. So if the word isn't 5 letters long, send an error. Let's see how Lizzie did this. Where did Lizzie's blog post go? God damn you, internet. I'm so unable to do basic things. It makes me sick. I closed the tab, like, even though I knew that I wanted to read that. How about using filter inputs so you can sanitize the string? Whatever, innit? We're going to explode it into an array, I would imagine, at some point, right? So... Okay. What's that doing? Okay, let's actually read the blog post. Load the words, blah, blah, blah. Add the meaty handle guess function below the existing code in GameJS. The handle guess takes in the parameter player and a guess. The function makes a scorecard which will contain the boxes you have returned based on how close the user's guess is to the generated random word. In a try block, make an HTTP request with GOT to the dictionary API using guess. If the page exists, the guess is a word, and you increment the guess as attempted attribute of the player object. For each letter in the guess, you check to see if it's in the goal word. If a letter's in the same spot, that spot in the scorecard will contain a green square. If a letter is not in the same index as the generated word for the player, but the letter is in the generated word, we have a yellow square. Otherwise, the scorecard will contain a black square. Okay, so we want to hit this API, yeah? And if it's 404, it isn't a valid word. So we should definitely check if the word is 5 letters long first, right? Are you doing that at all, Liz? Word length. Let's just do this. How does filter input work? I haven't used this since forever. Isn't it type string or something? Type, which is an int, varname, which is a string. I haven't done this for ages, but we might as well do it like kind of right. Parameters, one of type is input get. Oh, I don't need to use get then. But then I'm actually passing it in as an array. But I could just not pass this in as an array, right? I could just say that, right? Is that fair? Filter oh, I wrote fuck by accident. Filter sanitize string. There we go. I'll do it that way so that Craig's happy, because we should be doing it that way. How do I check how do I return the length of a string? Strulen. I remembered. Oh, I wasn't trolling your company at all, Jim. Sorry. I was trolling you for working for the second best in class company rather than the first best in class company. My bad. I love Vonage, Ericsson, whatever. Great company. Just not as good as Twilio. Can we be playful with this if I'm giving it in a demo in Superclass on Thursday? Can we say words must be 5 letters long, Dumbo? Or should we put an elephant in there that nobody will realise that I'm referencing Dumbo, so that I don't defend anyone? Hello? There we go. Okay, that should work, right? So now we should... That should work to me. No, 200, not 500. 500 something completely different. I think it sets that by default anyway, right? Whatever, we'll set it. We'll set it. There's nothing wrong with being more specific than required. I'm going to drink my tea while you all watch my deployment. I definitely should have a way of testing this locally, right? Definitely. How can I even do that from here? I can't do it because of the way I've written it, right? This is the problem with me being such an imbecile, as to be doing it this way instead of doing this like using Slim, whereas I could have definitely done this and tested it. So, oh shit, Okramias is here. Right, nobody tell him what I'm doing. Just everyone be quiet and don't look directly at him, and he'll just go away and not judge me too harshly. How are you doing, Macro? Mark and I had one of the most fun duo games of Apex Legends I've ever had yesterday. It was intense and it was brilliant fun. And I didn't get any kills and Marco got 9 and carried me to the win. And it was fabulous fun. So thank you, Marco. I heard you say that you didn't test this. You should be publicly shunned. Yeah, because I've written it as a single PHP index.php file that's hosted on Bref. So, like, I couldn't figure out how to test something that echoes something out. Like, I can test this. Can you write to get? Is that something you can do? Like, can I do... Can you do that? And then... Does this even work? Shame. Yes, it is shame, but I just need to give this demo on Thursday. I absolutely have to get this written in the next 10 seconds. Otherwise, I'll never give the demo. So I'm getting totally distracted. No, but if this works, expect, like, assert. No, if we don't set this up, how do I assert in... Assert string equals... Assert same will do. What am I even trying to do? Like, this should work, right? Hello, that's added, isn't it? Here we go. You need to capture the output buffer if I'm doing that. Yeah, but if I just test the output, if I test the output of play to Wordle, because that returns a string, I can just compare these strings, right? I mean, I know this isn't the greatest tests in the world, but it's something. Does that make sense? Or is that even more shit than expected? Try it and see. What are you doing? Google Chrome? Get wrecked. Delete. Add past. No. Add past. Pest. Ob start, ob get contents, ob clean. But it's okay, right? Because I can just, as I say, because everything's in that function, I can just test that. It's just in Composer. Why is this so freaking hard all of a sudden? Like, it's just in this vendor directory where you totally expect it to be. Why are these everything's gone pear-shaped in my PHP? Oh, this is fucking doing my nut. Everything's doing my head in today. Cannot modify header information. Headers already sent. So that's the problem, that I can't just require this. Because I'm running the headers, then there's that. Like, if I modified the headers outside of this by returning a response, I'm getting so distracted here, like an idiot, where I could just be testing it in my browser. Like, I literally could just be testing this in my browser. Words must be 5 letters long. Elephant emoji. Please send a word query string parameter. Hello. There we are. It's working. PHP unit max test is risky if there's output, since you have echo. I don't know. Oh, is it because this is echoing out? Even though I'm only... Like, I could move this into its own... Oh, I can't be bothered. Just get the fucking thing written, guy. Don't get distracted by the Rove team trying to be clever, do good things, and code well. Oh, and code defensively, and code like So it'll last forever. Don't get distracted by that. It's fine. So then we want to do an API request. Can we just use file get content so I don't have to mess around with the whole kerfuffle? Who gives a monkeys about writing good code? Exactly. If I wanted this to be written well, I'd hire Rove to do it, not do it myself. Or do I just get Guzzle here? Here's the question. Do I just use Guzzle or do I just use file get contents? Yes, every Laravel agency ever. He said it. He said it out loud. He said it out loud. Oh my God. He said bad things about Laravel. Sorry. I think we just compose a new Slim. We could have done that, but the time for that is past. The sunk cost fallacy is in play now. The sunk cost fallacy is in play, so I'm not doing that. I am going to, however, pull in Guzzle, because I just cannot work with Guzzle without Guzzle. No, the sunk cost fallacy. I'm far too far down the rabbit hole. I'd be far too far. I'm far too far down the rabbit hole to go back and use Slim. This is fine. We'll just keep doing this. It's all good. More cost was sunk into Google Cloud Run Cloud than Wordle. Yes, okay, but you know, I've never pretended to be, you know, anything but. I've never pretended to be anything but hypocritical. Can I do how do I even make a request using Guzzle? It's been about 96 years. I just want to make a GET request. No, there's got to be a static method to do this, right? Can you just do like client equals... I want to file get contents, James, but I need to check that the response code is 200, because that's how I know the word exists. Yeah, we're doing it. We're getting there. And I didn't know how to do how to check the response code if I used file get content, so I just pulled Guzzle in, because why wouldn't you? If response get status code is not equal to 200, return that's not even a real word, for fuck's sake. Is that how you do it? What does HTTP... Well, but that's just magic. Where does HTTP response header come from? I'd much prefer to do that. Let's do that. Yeah, but you're not... okay, what's wrong with this? Expression result is not used anywhere. Yeah, it's not used anywhere, but who cares? Disable inspection. Because who cares? Do you think that will work? Do you think that will work, James? I'm very interested. Marco's gone now. He hasn't got the staying power to watch me write in this this crap. So that's one good news. The only downside of this is I have to deploy to test everything. So there's that. I'm going to check my... Can you everyone sit down and watch me checking my WhatsApp? Oh, well... Graham, Jesus Christ, man. You've just put me back at least 3 minutes. Like, if you're going to interact in chat, at least, like, interact correctly rather than... Like, Felix would never have done this to me. Felix would never have done this to me. Like, she'd have just given me the correct solution immediately. Can you stop trying to be so damn helpful? Status line is... Oh my god. The app would be finished if Felix was here. It would. You're right. It definitely would. Directly copied from Stack Overflow. Okay. Can you add that to my IDE for me, please? Using chat codes. Exclamation mark C 29. Exclamation mark C space 29 space the code I need in my IDE, please. Thank you. I agree, Craig. The app would be finished if Felix was here. Thank you. Is that it? Is that all I need? It looked like it was more than that. You had like preg matches and everything going on. Oh. Thank you. Obviously, now I've shown you that you can interact with my ID at any time, which is probably dangerous. What is wrong with this? Redundant character escape in regex. Is there though? We should have just used Guzzle. This would have been done by now. We'd have been past it. You're so... Now I have to sit and deploy again. Thank you, James. Seriously. I love to annoy and wind James up, but in all honesty, Asgrim is amazing, and I do appreciate you, Asgrim. I do appreciate you. 100%. 100%. I've got to find a better way to do this. I mean, we may as well just install Slim, right? Because I need to be able to run this code without having to deploy it to Piss and Lambda every time, so that we have to sit here waiting for 3 minutes while I moan and shout and scream and get angry at my friends. We need to be able to do that. Should have done it 10 minutes ago when I said sunk cost fallacy, Craig. Sunk cost fallacy, 100%. It's too late now. How many dependencies you need in modern PHP applications? No, it makes no sense. None? No. I mean, we don't really need Slim, right? What we need is for me to write an incredibly basic response creator, so that we don't put HTTP response code in this function, right? We return, instead of returning a string, we return an object that has like... In fact, we could do that so quickly while this is deploying. Is this zipped up or... Oh, it's deployed. Even better. Even better. Okay, so it says hello to that. What if I type That's not even a real word. Okay, this is working, though. Awesome. This is actually working. Perfect. I'm going to sneeze again. No, I'm okay. Yeah, well, I mean, what I should have just done, right, is returned a standard class that has a response code and I mean, we could just do that right now. Cheers. Hello, Krautssaft. Krautssaft. Hello. Yes, I am using PHP Storm. I am. Cheers to you, Sargath666. But like, we're so far down this rabbit hole now. You've got to feel like I'm actually into the nuts and bolts of actually doing this correctly now. How do we know that how many guesses? We can use the session. We can use the session as long as we don't store a lot of stuff in the session, because Lambda breaks if you have massive amounts of session data. How is this finding out what the player is? How do you know what the player is? Excuse me. I was using a cookie. Cookie. Did you create the chat ID interaction yourself, or is it a plugin already out there? Pretty cool idea. What I did was I forked a plugin that was already out there. But the plugin that was already out there didn't do what I wanted, essentially, right? In fact, I don't think it even exists anymore. Jitter chat, maybe it does. So there was a repository already that Jitter Ted wrote, which had some of the basics, but didn't really do what I wanted. Because it didn't allow your users to really interact with your IDE well. It just allowed you to put these nice comments that look like this. It allowed you to put what I call tooltips, which look like that, but they're not copy or pastable. You can't interact with your IDE. So that jitter chat just allowed you to do this and have the chat codes. So I created the extra plugin which allows you to move my cursor to the line number you're talking about, which is really cool because that means when people are trying to show me what they want, they can do that. And I created the comment, which allows you to add a comment, which is really useful for when chat wants to get code into my IDE for me rather than me having to actually copy and paste it from chat. So yeah, it's 6 of one and a half dozen of the other. I'm distracted again now. What do I need to do next? I mean, I don't really care about the player. All I care about is the number of guesses you've had, I guess. So we can just dump that in the session, I think. So we just do session start, right? Do I do that before or after the headers? Before. Session start does not work if I do it after the headers, right? And then we say diddle-a-dit. So now we want to say the previous guesses equals session guesses or an empty array. That should work, right? Does that mean if this returns as null, then use this? That's how that works, right? Because I don't remember how double question mark works. If this evaluates as null or empty, then use this. And if this evaluates as falsy, use this. Otherwise, if this evaluates as true, use this. I think that's if my memory serves me correctly. So we have the guesses. I don't care about it being a player. You'll have to like. It'll just keep going until it's got a new word. So if we already have a game in session, then we want to have the word. We can't use word though, can we? We have to use right word. Then we'll get it out of the session, and if that doesn't exist, then pick new word, which we will now implement. This is so ropey, and I'm so sorry, but you're gonna have to like accept the fact that we're not found in dictionary. This is the stuff that we're gonna have to implement, but we need a word. So how am I gonna do that? I'm gonna load in. It returns its first operand if it exists and is not null. Otherwise, it returns the second operand. It evaluates from left to right. Null coalescing operator can also be used in a chain format. Thank you very much. Thank you, Bon. Very kind of you. Okay, there's definitely a way I've done in PHP where I've loaded text file into array in PHP. I've 100% done this a million times, but I have no idea how I did it because there's a one-line way you can do this. Just file name. File seems to be considerably slower than file get contents plus explode to an array. Oh. Do we believe that? Do we believe that, chat? Depends if you want to load the whole file to memory or not. I do. I mean, this is... The comments are from 2012, 2013. Reject performance ideals. Yeah, okay, fine. Thanks, James. I always listen to you, as you know. So that's fine. Okay, that should be enough. And then we return array rand the array That's right, isn't it? I mean, we can test this. We could definitely... Oh, we can't test it because this will pause and then it'll say, "Meh, you can't write the headers." Meh, meh, meh. We should just move these to a new... Let's do this. This feels like I'm in the 1980s coding again. But who cares? Who cares that I'm in the 1980s? I can test this now, right? No, I'm not going to install Slim, James. And I really think that you're being disingenuous to me as a person if you think that I'm likely to give up and install Slim. I'm definitely likely to give up and install Slim. I'm definitely likely to. I can test this now. I don't even know what I'm asserting here. Like, I just want to check that it's a 5-letter word that gets returned. How do I, what, assert? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing here. Help me. Assert not empty. I mean, that'll do, right? It's returning that. And then this is get new, what did I even call it? God, pick new word. Pick new word. And this has to return a string, right? Because I told it. So this should error anyway if we don't. Okay, that appears to be working. Excellent. Excellent. I mean, we should probably look at what the words are, right? By just like just really hackily doing this. Why doesn't it show me the word? What? I didn't want a var dump. Is it being suppressed? Why isn't it showing me the word? Is it because of the runner we're using? Yeah, oiled. Woohoo! Spicy. Spore, which is a word I've never used. Slain, it's all S words. Fudge, track, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Okay, happy with that. Happy that that is now working. This is so clanky, but I love it. So we say in the right word should be the word that's in the session or pick new word. Can I set, how do I set stuff into the session? I never use the session directly anymore. Do I just say session, underscore session, dollar underscore session, and then the key, like as if I'm writing to an array, or do I have to use a method? Because I just don't do this directly in PHP anymore. There's always a wrapper around the session, right? Always. You just do this, I think, if I remember correctly. You just do that, don't you? Is this going to break the test now? I bet it does. Oh no, that's fine. Awesome. Yeah, I know. It's just, this is something I used to do all the time 10 years ago. Okay, so we have the right word and we have the guesses. Awesome. So, look at the loops here. What is the worst that can happen? Snowman on fire, shrugging. Oh, mate, I know, huh? This is now, I don't really know what I'm doing here. Okay. The guess has got to be an empty array. We know that much, because we're gonna chuck the characters onto the guess, right? Yeah, you do have to put an equals in there, though. You can't just do what I did there. That doesn't work. This guess, let's call it, so that I'm... This result. Because it's the result of the guess, not the guess. The guess is stored in Word. So what they're doing here, they're looping over the each letter after they've... This, that, like JS. This result, yeah, result. Why do I need it to have this? Thank you. Thank you for keeping me sane, Sargath. I agree. There was just no need for that. There's no need for this to be there. This was a wasted this in that place. Okay. So we want to loop over each character. Mustache, have a good one. Thanks, Matacodes. Smash that follow button if you have to dash so you get notified next time I come online. Or not. I don't really care. Totally up to you. Totally up to you. Completely up to you. Right. This guess is going to be... You can explode on a word, can't you? Will that return an array... I'm sure this works, doesn't it? No, run this file, you... Jesus wept. Oops, I shouldn't say that. Sorry. Just pick an array of characters. You could just address a string as an array. Can I for each over a string then? String split. Okay. This is intriguing. I'm learning so much here. I need to be able to for each over it. And you can for each over it. That didn't do anything. I don't think it's iterable. That didn't do anything, Craig. Oh. Stupid idiot. There we are. Okay, so that's definitely going to work, right? String split. But what about this? Is this going to work? No. No chance. Yeah, but we're just trying stuff out, okay? We're learning. We're all learning together. It's good. See, I've learned something right there. That is really cool. It's really cool that you can just... I never knew. I've been working in PHP since 1999. And I never knew you could address a string as an array and get the letter in that position. So thank you very much. Metacodes. Thank you. Metacodes. Sorry, not metacodes. It's a completely different thing. Awesome. But this is what we want. This is so patchy and I love it. I love patchy code. Yes, take care. Have a good one. So if, and we want to, good one, Bon. Good one. Let's turn right word into an array here as well. So we've got two arrays. So we want to say if... I'm going to do else ifs and nested crap and everything here. And everyone's going to hate me and judge me like crazy. Do you know why? I just don't care. Come at me. I don't care. It's how I roll. Nested to the max. So, I mean, we don't really need to do this, right? We just use a for I loop. Oh, I don't remember how to do a for I loop, but we'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to nest the shit out of everything, James. What are you going to do about it? How do I do a for I loop? I never remember. For I equals... I should remember. For loop, PHP. Oh, thank you. I can't be bothered to even... Do you know the worst thing is? I cannot be bothered to think today. I'm just the laziest person in the entire world. Can you do count word? Like, oh no, that's going to be 5, because we've already said these are 5-letter word. We've already said that these are 5-letter words, right? So 0 to 4 is what we want, yeah? So then we say if right word index is the same as the word we're guessing index using whoever said that we could do this. Who said, was it Meta who said that we could? Yes. Using amazing array access that we've just learned we can do. Then it's the right word in the right place, right? Why do we care about that? I don't know. This is so confusing to me. Like, I don't know whether I'm better reading this or just doing it my own way. If the letters are the same, then result $I equals green square. I think we can all agree that's correct. You have to paddle your own canoe, Gary. I've never heard that phrase before, and I love it. We should all be able to use that. Otherwise, if... Oh, Jesus Christ. If it's any other... If this letter is in any other spot, right? So we want to like iterate over again and check. Yes, we do. So many nested iterations. I freaking love it. Now we need J's in there because we're nesting the shit out of this. We're nesting the living shit. String split the right word. Oh, now you're talking my language. Now you're talking my language. String contains... Oh, now you're even talking my language. James has even beaten you. This is why he works for Rove and gets paid the big bucks. And the rest of us don't. What's wrong with... Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jimbo. What's wrong with that? String contains is available starting with PHP version 8. Yeah, but I'm using PHP 8.1, you crazy bastard. 8.1. Idiots. I'm right on the bleeding edge. There we go. Is this going to work, do we think? And do we want to pull this out into a function so that we can actually test this? I think we want to pull this out into a function so we can test this. It won't work until you write a test. No, it will work, James. We just won't actually know that it's working. Is that the right? It will work, but we just want to... Let's get rid of that. And let's extract this into a function. Why can't I introduce function? Extract method. Check the word, please. It doesn't take a mixed right word. It takes a string that's the right word. It takes a string that's the guessed word, and it returns a array results. Does that look okay to everyone? We can test this now, right? Doc blocks, piss off. Nobody uses doc blocks in 2022. And if we shove it in the functions.php, we can test it even easier. Test checking the results returns the right blobs. I love pest. Can I just put it out there that I love pest? Is that okay with everyone? Are we okay with me loving pest? Is that bad? Word equals amber. That's a good word. My guess is going to be something that doesn't have any of those letters in it. Oh, this is going to be hard. You'd have to ask test. Okay, I will ask test. Is there such a word? Slippy? Careful. No. I mean, it doesn't have to be a real word, does it? We're not checking if it's a real word. What am I even thinking? It doesn't have to be a real word. Stupid. Stupid boy. Okay, so in fact, what we should do here is to return a string and then implode. What's the opposite of, how do I implode with no separator? Like this. Like this. So now we get the string out, so I don't have to bother doing that anywhere else. And we would expect this to be 5 of these bad boys. Oi! Jerk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do we even call it? Something that's got please in the title. Check the word please. That's the wrong way round, right? The right word and then the guess. I need to rename this. Now I know what I'm doing. Let's run this bad boy. It's correct. Okay, so now we do this. We go boop. And then we do this. This is why I love Pest. It's because I can do a data provider much easier than I can without it. And I defy anyone to tell me any different. Now this should work with a data provider. I can just add more tests without having to do any nonsense. So if we got amber and we've got A here, we should have the green one here, right? Yeah, this is the reason that I really like Pest is because of the convenience of me being too lazy to... Cannot redeclare pick new word. Oh, okay, that's fair. I shouldn't really have that in the test bit, right? I should have it in the outside of the test bit. What? Why? Hello? What? 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 Hello? Hello? Oh, yeah. Thanks, Craig. Thanks, Craig. Thank you. Thank you. These two strings aren't the same, apparently. Apparently, these two strings are not the same. Is there an extra space in there, maybe? What? Why are these not the same? What? Hello? It's 11. And that's 5 or 6. There's definitely a problem here. That's weird. Because they look the same to me. Can we view? Thanks for hanging out, Jim. JSON encoder, look at it again. Good shout. Good shout. I think it's this string here. From copying and pasting, it is this string. Look, there's, yeah, it's that string. It's fine. There was some weird copy and pasting issues with the Unicode or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, there's something weird going on there. There's weirdness abound here. Yeah, look, this just really strange. How is that? What the hell's going on? So what I'm feeling with my idea is when I press right, here it's fine, except at the end it's not. This is to do with the emojis. It's definitely to do with the emojis. It was working before though, right? It's still not working. It's still not working. I've broken the test that was working before. This is infuriating. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's be honest. Well, this is adding some weirdness. I wonder if it'll work from the command line. I wonder if it's PHP Storm. Can I... Can you do multiple prime? You can, var dump will take multiple values, won't it? Oh, hex to bin. Hex, bin to hex. This is the most complicated part now. We're nearly done here, and this is the most complicated part. Annoying.com. It didn't var dump. It'll var dump if I run them here though, right? No. God damn it. Okay, we just do this. Just open the scratch. Require, this is going to be the pain in the ass, functions.php. I don't think that will work because it'll say, oh, I don't know where the functions are, you dick. Hello, Joe, and how are you doing? It's lovely to see you as usual. Very nice to see you. The var dump goes at the top of the CLI output. It must be so disappointing, like when you're constantly wrong, gents. It must be like, it must really like annoy you to some extent, right? To be constantly factually incorrect. It must be so harsh on you. What was I even doing now? You've got me like... This is odd. And I'd like to know what's going on. And I need to finish this, and so I'm getting really distracted, whereas realistically I don't need the tests to pass because this is actually generating what I actually expect it to generate. So really what I'm doing here is wasting my own time. But hey ho. Yeah, fail to open pissing. Okay, so go here, we do this, then we do that, and then we do that, right? And it works. Yeah, this is adding some nonsense on the end. Is it not? This is adding some absolute nonsense on the end for some reason. So what are you reading the Matrix? So expected isn't adding nonsense on the end, whereas the implode is adding nonsense on the end. Right? That's what's happening. This is adding nonsense on the end. Is there an extra like array element in this? No. No, there's not an extra array element. There's 4 array elements, which is exactly what you would expect. Is this imploding because of... Is this imploding because of... is this because of imploding an array of emojis that there's a problem? Hello, Baka17. Maybe you have to separate emoji. I mean, we could try it with a space in between it, right? Why not? Why not? I mean, I think what I'm actually gonna do is completely ignore this. I'm gonna ignore the fact. And can you JSON encode instead of bin to hex? Well, yes, of course I can. Of course I can. I can't use dir because it's in a because I'm in a Scratch file. I'm in a Scratch file, so it's like in this really weird place on the file system. So I prefer to just hard code it because I'm just kind of using this to debug. No problem, Joe. This is the JSON encode. I mean, I could just say the string starts with, and then that's fine, right? I don't know what's going on. Because they're strings of emojis, so there's no visible difference to them. Because they're strings of emojis, but there's like really, 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 really weird nonsense. But these two strings do not compare as the same, and there's something weird. There is weird shit going on. Exactly. It's fine. It's fine. We just do this, right? That should now make these pass, in my mind. It doesn't. Fuck this. Okay, I don't care. I only care that I can see the output. Try implode without the separator. In check the word, please. That's one of my favorite method of function names I've ever written. It has to have a separator though. It's the first parameter. Glue would be what? Defaults for an empty string. So what, you can just pass the array in and it'll work? Yeah, but why is it telling me that? Oh, try it and see. I didn't know you could do such a thing. It still fails. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to use this to check that I'm happy that this thing is working, and then we can just move on. Because I can visually check it. Try it in PHP 6. It has proper Unicode support. Thank you, James, for making me laugh. I shall. Now this should be a yellow one there, right? And then I'm just gonna call it done after that point and say I'm happy. Like I'm gonna do automated manual eye testing. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm happy that works. And then let's just do an all green one if we go the correct word. Yeah, and then we'll just call it good. I know this is going to be something that a few people in the chat will hate, but whatever. I'm running out of time to fix this problem. Oh, I didn't move my meeting that I had this afternoon. What an idiot. What an absolute numbskull. Oh, that one passes. This one's fine. The rest of them don't pass. But that one, yeah, it's all good. Okay, I'm happy that works. I need to quickly be right back while I move a meeting. Right, this is working. Let's go back to the really, really, really ropey. This should work now, right? We want to chuck it on the back of the guesses. Chuck guesses back on the session. Do we check guesses on the session in here? No, we don't. Good. We don't want to add them either. Thank you. What am I even doing here? So we add that onto the array of the guesses, shove that back in the session, and then what do we need to return? Do we return like all of the guesses, including what you've guessed this time? So do we include like implode by PHP, EOL? Or do we just return JSON? No, we just return JSON encoded guesses, don't we? Idiot, of course we do. So we've got an array of the guesses that you've had, including the latest one. Will that work? Will this work? I need a cup of tea. Can someone make me a cup of tea? That is so cold, that coffee. Ugh, ugh. Ach a fi. A good Welsh phrase for you all there. Ach a fi. Ach a fi. You should all start using that in your daily life. Ach a fi. It's not ich a fi, it's ach a fi. Ah, Duolingo, you disappoint me. You disappoint me. Hugely. If this works, I'm actually going to be happy. I'm actually going to be happy because I can have lunch and then I need to... Is Maximum Gilead still in chat? I need to hang out with Maximum Gilead and work out a demo for their Twilio Studio demo for tomorrow. I'm replying to my WhatsApp messages while I'm streaming. It's like, why wouldn't you be doing that? Come on, upload. Damn you. We should be able to play this game now, right? Except we probably need to add some debugging. So that when this breaks inevitably on AWS Lambda, then we can figure out what's going on. But hey, let's try this out. Yes, I will send a word. Oh, except I can't read the Unicode. I have no ability to read the... How can I... What... How... Do you... oh. Okay, let's guess another word then. Should at least give us... It's given us 2 responses, so it feels like the thing is working, but I have no idea how to win. I mean, this is just going to keep going and going until you've failed, right? Break it. How he, who? What if we don't return it as JSON? Do we have to return? Like, does every API expect you to return as JSON? I guess so. There must be a way we can do this, right? Lemon. Oh, yeah. What? No, okay. Okay. I didn't think that it wasn't going to be a string. I am an idiot. JSON HTML text, what you want. Oh, I got no letters right in any order. That's bad. That's bad. Uh-oh. That doesn't feel like it's working correctly. How do I find out? So those are string 30. I don't know what you mean, Joe. Your test string to compare with string 18. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I don't know what the difference between... Can you copy the returns? I don't worry about the tests. The tests are gone. The tests are in the past. Tests are overrated anyway. I've told you all this a million times before. Jeez, you know the tests are overrated. What have we tried? I don't know what we've tried. Lemon, amber. Right, okay, so this is what we need to do. We need to fix this firstly. And we need to in-check the word please. We need to... Now, before we... Guesses equals session guesses. Guesses, firstly, we put the word onto the guesses array so that we can see that. We can see what the word was, right? So that we know what words we've checked. I don't care about the string Unicode selectors anymore. That's so 10 minutes ago. I'm worried about why the game isn't working, or am I just rubbish at it? They're being returned in the API though. But it doesn't matter, right? Because the consumer of the API will JSON decode it, and then we'll just get the string, and we'll just send this string back via email. So it's kind of not important to me in the real world of consuming this API. Because I'm just going to pass this string through to an email response. I'm more concerned that this isn't actually working. If I deploy this, it should give us a new word, right? Oh, stop deploying. Let's add some debugging so we can test this easier. Error log should work, right? I'm only using Lambda. I should just be able to say error log, right word, and then the right word, so that we can actually look in the error log and see what the right word is, so we can test this. Then we can deploy. We can also start Docker, because this is the way we roll, and then start up the control panel that Bref gives us. Oh, this is not good. Be right back. Back. No, what? Skip. I don't care. I just want to run a freaking container. Stop being so needy, Docker. Damn you. Oh, I can't type. I'm just running the dashboard. That's why we're in this. Oh, no. No. There's a little break. Did you see the little tear that was there? What did we call this? Oh, this is just called, like... app. Brilliant. We've just got another app called app. This dashboard is brilliant. This is what makes Breath like prime content. Amber, it's got none of those letters in there. But now we can look at the logs and figure out what the word actually is. And then we can see if everything's broken or if everything's right. The right word is black. So that means that this is completely fucked. And I have no idea why it's completely fucked, because it works locally. Oh, I bet you his case. I bet it's uppercase and lowercase. I bet you. The right word is black, and what are we passing in the query string? We're passing uppercase. Okay, we just need to uppercase everything, right? There's no reason for it not to be uppercased. Uppercase the world. What's wrong with this? Why is this? Is this deprecated? What? Oh. I didn't know that was deprecated, but it is what it is. And then when we pick the new word, we also return string to upper word. I'm betting that is what the problem is here, because our tests used uppercase stuff constantly, right? Is that, did our tests use uppercase stuff? Yes. Okay, I think that's what the problem will be. I'm freezing cold. And I'm really thirsty, and I need a wee, so we may have to take 2 minutes before putting this into effect. Or we may just quit after finishing writing this, and then I can just build the demo off stream. EUFEOF is being inserted after every character. I don't know what that is either, but I'm just not going to get bogged down in it because I'm running out of time. This was a piece of genius from Asgrim today. Thank you, Asgrim. This was beautiful. Chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. Come on. Come on. This should work now. I'm confident that this will work now. How confident are you that this will work now? Okay, let's take a look. Well, because we're deploying, then I thought I might as well look at it, right? Ooh, I know you don't care. Line 18, 2022. Maybe those variation selector characters are in each of them already. Ah, good. I can feel it with my cursor. Yes, you're right, James. I can feel it. Right, so what happens is, right, I'm going to press right. Fine. Right. Fine. Right. Cursor doesn't move anywhere. Right. Fine. So you're absolutely spot on. So if I do delete there, this cursor moves as correctly. Yeah, it's only the strings with the black characters in them that... It was in that black character. You nailed it. You nailed it, Jimbo. You nailed it. Good boy. Huh? Excuse me. I'm trying to run the test, but it is not letting me run the test. Let's just go to the tests here and say, run the test. Now this one is broken because I copy and pasted it in here. I'm willing to bet. Yes. Yay! All green. Gwyrdd. All gwyrdd. All gwyrdd. All the time. Okay, so let's just try like amber again because why not? And then let's refresh the logs. The word is black still. I didn't think that would work because I thought the session would... Oh, it's probably the wrong log actually. Sleek. Oh, it can't have it shouldn't have words with two characters in the same place, should it? That's a problem. That's a problem with our word list though, not with anything else. Sleek. So, let's check if we're happy that this is working. S-L-E-E-K. It shouldn't... We need to reject words that have multiple letters. It shouldn't be in the word list, is my opinion. I've played Wordle a lot, and I don't think that double letters should be in the word list. So we can either remove them by hand or just reject them. Okay, so now let's cheat and say, we know it's sleek, so let's say we think it's sleep. Oh, sleep is all wrong. This is not good. There's a problem. Has it picked a new word? Why is that lowercase now? What? Hello? Why are you lowercase, you little minx? Why are you lowercase? There's a bug here. Bye, James. Thank you for hanging out. We're putting it in the session before we uppercase it. We're putting it in the session before we uppercase it. Naughty. Whatevs. We'll just do this. We'll just do this because now I'm really running out of time. Like really running out of time. Now we get time for one more deploy, and if it works this time, I've run out of time. I mean, we've written the world's greatest API today. Let's not forget that while it looks completely shocking, and it is completely shocking, it works. So let's not judge too harshly. Or let's judge harshly. Who cares? I'm okay with either. I'm okay with being judged. I definitely could improve this if I had time, and I possibly will, but it's good enough for the demo on Thursday, in my opinion. I don't know what you think, but I think it's good enough for the demo on Thursday. I mean, you won't see the demo on Thursday, so it's your problem, but this was the problem. Definitely. Definitely. Can't you? Yes, tail new log lines in real time. Yes, please. Oh no's! What's the oh no's? What's the oh no's here? I'm so hungry. What's everyone having for lunch? Give me some, like, impetus to know what you're having. Give me some suggestions. It's up. It's up. Okay. So, pastrami and gherkin sandwich. I thought you were going, James. What a liar you turned out to be. Amber. We always start with amber for some reason. It should give us the word here now, right? Yeah. Japan. Awesome. Japan. I'm trying to go, but work discussion still happening. Tell them all to bugger off. Okay. Japan. I think this will work now. I feel good about this. So we've got an A, which is the right letter, but in the wrong place, which is correct in this instance. So then we guess again, and we say album, although that doesn't have any of the letters we need. And there's an A, panda will have some more letters correct, right? Panda has some more collectors. P is there, but it's in the wrong place. A is there, but it's in the right place. N is there, but it's in the wrong place. There's no D, and there's an A in there. We need to reject words that have multiple letters, I think. Multiple letters the same. I don't think that words should be that way. I think I can fix that off stream, though. So now if we say Japan, we definitely need to fix something here and say U1. And empty the... Should it still be amber if you've already used that letter? I think we need... What I think I need to do is... Yeah, that's correct. So what I think I need to do here is... We're stuck now because we're just going to be guessing the same word over and over again, even though we know it. So what we then need to do is say, here is if the word is the same as the right word, that means we've won, right? Add something to... No, that's fine. That's fine. That was fine. If the word is the same as the right word, then add an extra row to the guesses saying, correct, you win. And then we want to unset the session. Can we unset the whole session in one go? Do we need to try it and see? Because this means we start a new game, right? Does this, hello, will this work? Can I just unset the session? Or do I need to say like session guesses and session? I know this will work, right? Word, what? Whoa. I don't want music. Bugger off. Word. This should work, right? This is so sketchy. This is so sketchy. Session destroy. Oh, will that... Oh, it's in German. It's in German. What? I can't... How do I... When do I... N. Destroys all of the data associated with the current session. It does not unset any of the global variables associated with the session or unset the session cookie. To use the session variables again, session start has to be called. Does that... This should work. Let's try it like this. Otherwise, we'll session destroy. I've got one more SLS deploy in me. Otherwise, I'm going to have to fix this off stream. Sorry, wonderful people. But I am fast running out of time. My apologies. My apologies. Let's get this done, and hopefully we win the game, and then I can write the demo, and then everything's good and it hasn't been a wasted day. It's all good. Battlesnake's probably Friday, I would guess. Revealing my calendar as a service. Yeah, can't do Thursday. Can't do Wednesday. Thursday I've got a super class and meetings. Friday's free. Let's do Battlesnake's Friday. Battlesnake, Battlesnake. Battlesnake, Battlesnake. Session unset. Does the unset just work though, or does it not work? I mean, I guess we can try it or see. Otherwise I'll have to fix it off stream. It's fine. It is fine. Tis fine. Try it and see. Okay, so let's do Japan again. And then it'll give us the word here so that we can... Oh, this is taking a while. What's going on? Something's wrong. Hello? Is everything okay? Are you okay, Mr. Lambda? I don't think you are you? There we go. Probably just before we... I probably did that just before it had deployed correctly, and then it went into some kind of... Yeah, it timed out. Human. Okay, so if I guess human correctly now... Should say correct, you win. Awesome. So then if we guess human again, it should give us a new word, right? Yes. Awesome. Whose. Perfect. This works. The only thing I want to do is reject words with multiple letters, but I'll just do that in this function, right? I'll just do it in here. I'll just say, like, if this has got letters that are the same, or I'll grab the correct... Apparently you can get it from... You can get the list from Wordle while we're here. Apparently you can just, like, find the list from here somehow. Mr. Maximum Gilead, are you around at the moment? By any chance? Are you around? Get word list, Wordle. There's apparently a command you can run using JavaScript to get the word list. No, I don't want to use a YouTube video. Why would I? Just... There we go. Is Japan on here though? No. Okay. Even better. Let's just replace our word list with this and that we've blindly found on the internet and hope that that works fine. Okay, there we go. I'm done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. It has been lots of fun to do this. I really appreciate it. I'll be back on Friday for more Battlesnake fun. I'm really excited to start making a Battlesnake that actually battles rather than just drives around in circles. So probably about 11 o'clock Friday, 10 o'clock Friday, 1 o'clock Friday, 8 o'clock Friday, who knows. But sometime on Friday we'll be live. But thank you so much for hanging out. I very much appreciate it. Nobody I want to raid is live, so we'll just leave it at that and say thank you very much and Good. Bye.